traditional roles of man and woman versus modern roles versus man and woman, how this shit kind of changed is definitely different. Do you think the roles changing could ever be a good thing? Men doing more woman things, women doing more man things.
I don't think there's something wrong with a man helping it to do certain things.
Nah, certain things, I'm saying about certain things you shit, like even cooking and all that shit.
And I don't think it's wrong with a woman, you know what I'm saying, going out and getting a job, but in my personal opinion, and only for me, I'd rather fucking get all the money, you stay the fuck home. And when I come home, my shit is nice and clean, proper, food.
Traditional.
You know what I'm saying?
That's traditional.
And I come home and I got money, take care of all the bills, what you need, you get what you need, and you chill. It ain't me taking care of you, it's me taking care of my responsibility. And you taking care of yours, so there's somebody there for the kids all the time. The kids got somebody to come home to, the kids got somebody ushering them out to work, school, you know what I'm saying? And everything we want, you know what I mean? I think America could be a better place, like that, you know what I'm saying? It would be a better place, you know what I mean? But America isn't built to keep families together. They make more money from keeping people poor. I learned something the other day, that in most states, right, the judiciary system gets paid off of child support. Not only that, their retirement, and I might be saying it wrong, but their retirement, I'm probably pretty sure I'm saying right, some of their retirement money comes from child support. So that's a business. Yeah. So it's just a business,
it's money and
breaking down men and making them weak. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? I got a homie, you know what I'm saying? He worked 2 jobs. They take 1 check, the whole check. You know what I'm saying? On the second check, they take some of that too. And it was still, and he went down there times and fought when the kids was staying, living with him, and the shit still went on. And so it's a cycle. It's meant to destroy men. All this shit is meant to destroy men.
And it always comes back to this. The agenda, man. Jails, they get money for niggas being in jails and people being in jails. So obviously it's common sense to think to have people keep going in jail is the right thing to do for them because it makes them money. They get money in their retirement fund from child support. So it's only right to think to encourage people to keep breaking up. And it's only just smart.
You look at it like, right? You could be in a situation like, check it out. You you know, you got a family. You boom, out doing your thing, trying to make it work. I try to build it someplace. Boom, y'all lose your jobs. You can't even go to the fucking state or the government to get help to support a family to get back on their feet. But they'll help her if she say that nigga not around. Yep. They'll give her all the help they want. She want. You get food. You gonna get your food stamps. You gonna get your rent paid. What's his name? Okay, how long he hasn't been giving you money? Yo, so this shit is crazy.
It's an investment in making, especially black women, but women in general. Be over men.
Women in general.
Be over men. That's just like they try to change the power dynamic because they also know that in this world, money is king.
Money is security.
So if you make women basically the breadwinners, they can start taking on the masculine role just by nature. Just because they go like, okay, they make more than man, they can start feeling they can tell their man what to do and start taking on their role. They know all this shit is fucking straight mind work. They're evil, but they might be geniuses. Not might be. They're evil, but they're geniuses.
They're very smart and intelligent.
They're very smart. They know how to manipulate their mind. They understand the mind. They understand men. They understand the woman. They understand the makeup. They understand biology. They text the shit that's prehistoric.
And they're patient.
Very patient.
They're patient again, and they
play for the long haul.
Yeah,
they don't play for 1 or 2 years. They play 50, 60, 100 years down the line.
Nah, emasculation of men. This has been a long plan to get to the point where you got little boys want to turn themselves into girls, and girls want to turn themselves into boys, and no longer girls ain't tomboys. Like, you a dyke. You ain't a tomboy anymore. You like girls.
And I put this shit on my Instagram before they start fucking with my page. Obviously, I put this on my Instagram. Like even with Dwayne Wade shit, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Dwayne Wade came in, he's like 11 years old, want to chop his dick off. Like I said, if you want to do that when you're a grown man, no problem. Whatever, you want to chop your dick off, no problem, chop your dick off. But at 11 years old, nobody should be supporting him. Everybody's supporting him. Him and Gabrielle's on talk shows talking about why it's right. He should have his right. A kid that age that have no rights. And if that's the case, make the kid drink and smoke weed too. If he have his own mind and he's free to think what he want to think, make him smoke weed, make him fuck. Make him have a baby. Make him do all these things grown people do. If he's such a like, that's what I'm trying to say. This is bullshit.
It's crazy because they say people generally don't know what they want until you tell them. Like, it's like you're planting these seeds on these kids to like want these things. They don't even understand what the fuck is going on. So for you to say you have a choice,
the agenda and the agenda and the agenda is the agenda is depopulation, emasculation, and all of these things together. Because you got
the breaking up of homes.
Yeah, so you got to find you have multiple. You got to have multiple ways for this shit to work. You know what I'm saying? So you're not just gonna kill people off of food. All right, I'm a fuck with the frequency, and I'll make a boy think he a girl and a girl think he a boy. That's gonna decrease population. No, I'm gonna emasculate men. You know what I'm saying? Women ain't gonna want them. Now there's less kids being born. You know what I'm saying? By 2030, most 30-year-old women are not gonna produce kids. There's gonna be less kids being born by 2030. That is all a fucking plan. And women don't see it. They rather rant and rave about power, strength, you this, you a broke ass nigga and all of that shit. And in the all long run, in the all reality, like I tell my fucking kids, that run is only but that long.
Like I say,
you're only a child for but that long.
Age, man. Y'all think y'all gonna be ripping and running in the clubs and shit.
You're gonna be 60. You're gonna be 70, and all of that shit ain't gonna matter. What then?
Well, what happens when you have no companionship?
What then? What then?
What happens? You think you can be running like for the guys? You think you can be running around fucking bitches all day, jumping around Lambos? You think it's not gonna end? Even if you get old, you can be a Hugh Hefner. He's an old ass nigga.
You better have Hugh Hefner.
You better have Hugh Hefner money too. Super amount of money. You think you can get the money like that? And
it's still gonna be because she don't really want you. She just want the money. She don't want your old wrinkly ass. What then?
Then on top of that, after like I said, even if you're Hugh Hefner, after you fucking bust that nut, what now? Because you didn't really want to be around your ass. You probably didn't really want to be around them. So what now? And for the girls ripping and running, thinking you hot to trot, short skirts, running, ball. Do you think you're gonna look like that forever? And you're gonna have this? What thing's gonna happen in your late 40s, 50s, 60s?
Let me bust your bubble. Niggas like young girls.
Yep. Big time. And guess what? It's a new one. So it's a new 18-year-old every day.
It's a new one, and she goes
21-year-old every day.
Every fucking day. And if that nigga's on that vibe like that, so like, if he on that vibe like that, that's what he gonna do. You gotta think.
You gotta think for the long haul. I mean, you gotta think for the long haul. I mean, because at the end of the day, you planting seeds, and even though you're like, the seed ain't planted, it's not harvesting yet. But some years down now, you're gonna plant a few fucked up trees. But damn.
Well, yeah, they harvesting. You just didn't see the fucking.
Yeah, that's just sprouting bit by bit.
You just didn't see.
Planting, you making your bed.
You just didn't see what you reaped yet. When you sow the seeds, and they gonna reap. But we all gotta get old.
Do you like the new feminist movement? What do you feel about the feminist movement? I mean,
I have no real opinion. I think that's all bullshit. I think that shit is all a creative plan pushed by some women who don't like men, and probably most likely pushed by the government to destabilize homes and to destabilize shit that's going on.
You want to be honest? I don't even think it was. Everything else you said, I agree with. But I don't even think it was pushed by a woman. I think it was pushed by a man. I think all this shit was created by men. I think they put their battery into the woman's back, which they made which is their spokesperson, and then whatever woman probably had a disdain for men, they said she was perfect. And it was the men's joke, because the men run the motherfucking world. And so it's the men motherfucking's agenda, and he put the battery in that bitch back, and that bitch was the face, and she thinking it's her ideas, and her thing, because that's what they do, they plant ideas in your head. You know what I mean? To make it think it's your movement. It's what you thought of. You know what I mean? But it's they think, because like you said, for everything you just said, to destabilize homes, to make men more feminine, to this and that and the third. I mean, so I truthfully believe that it's fucking a man behind it. Like, these motherfuckers is smart, man. They always got some plan to fuck us up and divide us and conquer us, man. Really, Lynch wrote this shit years ago, bro. Like, so it's like, everything's coming to fruition. Everything's coming to fruition, but will things ever go back to the men being men and women being women, and they actually accept it? And they actually enjoy it. When everything's going to go back.
Yeah.
Of
course. Because anything built on a ground that's not stable is eventually going to crumble. So, of course it will. Now the question might probably be in our lifetime.
Sure.
Who knows? But anything built on a ground that's not stable, the foundation is not a stable foundation, is going to crumble. Meaning this, like, a woman could pretend to be a man all day long, but she's not a man.
Thanks.
Eventually, that shit crumbles. You can run around changing your reality into whatever reality you want. You could be, if you naturally feel that you're a woman and you're a man, you can do that. If you naturally feel that you're a woman and you want to be a man, you can do all of these things that you want. But the long run of it is this, right? From 5% in teachings, you ain't adding on. And if you ain't adding on and you taking away, then that foundation that you're building could never be a stable foundation that will sustain any length of time.
Yes, you're not building, you're destroying. So
you're destroying.
Anything that's destroyed can be functional.
All right. Other than, and I knock nobody, you can choose to be in love with whoever you want, man, woman. You want to love a man, man want to love a man, woman. I don't give a damn. Right? But at the end of the day, you can adopt kids. Cool. Right? But if we don't reproduce, our species die off. That's the reason man and woman exist in the capacity upon which we exist. Because it's to keep the species alive, to keep your DNA line alive. All right? So we can. That's a natural and fact.
Exactly, and I agree with that. And people think, like you say, yeah, y'all can do whatever you want. I don't work with many homosexuals, and I don't give a fuck. Like I said, but like I said, at the end of the day, that's the thing. You can't deny that. Like I said, that's the reason we're here. If majority of the world is homosexual, or the majority of the world is asexual, or what's gonna happen to the human race? What's gonna happen to any species? Like I said, yo, bro, you can say what you want, but men is supposed to be men for a reason. And don't blame us, blame the all creator. Blame God. Not like he literally made, or I said not he, but the energy literally made all this for a reason.
This is done
like literally everything, lock and key.
For a reason.
The funny part is that
perfection.
You know, the funny part is, and let me drop some knowledge on a lot of y'all niggas that don't know. You probably, most likely you know this already, and you know this already. But for people that don't know, even as simple as the male penis and the woman vagina.